Welcome to the WCHS PTO Podcast Connect, where we believe in empowering our teachers and championing every student who walks through our halls. I'm Jerry Purdy, your host and PTO president, and I'm here because I've seen firsthand how supporting our incredible teachers creates a ripple effect and lifts our entire community. Our mission just isn't about supporting and looking out for our own children. It's about strengthening the foundation for every student at Warsaw Community High School. When we support our dedicated teachers, provide resources for their classrooms, and participate in school-wide initiatives, we create an environment where all students can thrive. In each episode, we'll explore meaningful ways to make a lasting impact, from teacher appreciation initiatives to understanding the many school-wide programs. When we invest in our schools, we invest in every student's future, not just today, but for years to come. So grab your coffee with me, settle in, and discover how to work together to create a positive, lasting change at WCHS. Hello everyone, I'm Jerry Purdy. I'm the WCHS PTO president, and this is the first video in our series of communicating about what's happening in the high school. And we're gonna start it off with you, Mr. Akers, our building principal, and we're so excited that you're here. We can't wait to hear from you. Can you just tell a little bit about yourself and your time in this role?
Great.
Maybe if people don't know you.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Troy Akers, and I'm definitely blessed to be here with WCS and WCHS. I have been here for a number of years, several years. I won't give you the exact number. Okay, 11, as an assistant principal, and I'm entering year 18 as the building principal. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does. That's a lot of students that have been under your care, and we are so thankful for the many years of service that you've provided.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to jump right in. And, you know, we have questions that we have come up with prior to this interview. You and I have worked together.
Sure.
So it will feel a little scripted, guys, but we wanted it to because we wanted to make sure that we got all of the information that you as parents, as community members, want to know about all the happenings here at the high school, right?
Absolutely. And before we start, I do want to give a big shout out for Jerry and several ladies that have students here in the building that wanted to help us build a bridge. And we've had PTOs in the past. It seems like a lot of things that we discuss, we always say pre-COVID. And frankly, pre-COVID, we had a very active PTO, but I was very excited to get your call, and I'm honored to be here today to try to answer some questions.
Well, we're just thankful for your partnership. We're going to dive right in. What values are most important to you as a leader in education?
Sure. I would say that's the one thing that over the length of time that I've served, it really hasn't varied or vacillated. I work with great teams, have a tremendous assistant principal group, and together we work really well. I just think personally as a leader, I've always put at the top integrity. I know that I want to be able to demonstrate that integrity and believe that I have and the people that I work with do. Also, respect is key. We talk to our students a lot about respect, our teachers, and our parents. And then finally, collaboration. I think it's as big as anything. I think we've learned that you really can't do anything on your own or not effectively. And I think that's something that we continually have to teach our young people. And it's encouraging as they first come in as freshmen to know that you're not alone. We're all here together. We're all going to work together, and we're going to help you to get the outcomes that we all want. I think those values help to establish a really positive school environment, school culture, and we work really hard on that. I believe that you would hear our students and our staff say that they feel valued, they feel motivated to succeed. And one thing I'll just take from our mission statement for the corporation, the word all. And I'm not going to get through and recite the mission statement to you, but we are here for all students. It's very important to us, and it's helped us, the mission statement, to build our own vision statement. And we came together post-COVID to talk about how we really needed a vision for the school and to provide some direction for our kids and to let our parents know, why are we here? What are we doing here in this particular building? So we believe that we're equipping all students to embrace challenges while successfully navigating pathways to the future. And I know you're going to hear as we go through the circuit, you'll talk about different people that'll come to speak, but Mr. Barkey's going to have a chance to talk a little bit more of the pathways to the future, but we're all involved in that from the moment our kiddos step into the door to when they exit. And trust is another critical value in many ways. We need to establish trust with our teachers, with our students, with our parents. If we trust one another, we can accomplish so much. And I think that's very important. And we'll talk about some other things as you go through the questions today that will definitely weigh heavily on trust. And I think that we're working hard to build that environment. Again, back to collaborate. We need to work with everyone. So the opportunity with parents to be involved in PTO and to have this open dialogue, it's a win.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, one of the things that I so appreciated when we first sat down is you compared the high school to its own city. And when we hear the numbers, you literally are the mayor of the high school city, right? So there are 2,100 students, 284 staff members. That's a lot under your care. Can you share how we as parents who maybe have a single child or multiple children in the building, how we can best engage in that city work that you're doing with our kids and our students here in the building? So what's the pathway in?
Well, the pathway in started with the previous question.
Yeah.
And our team and I, the mayor, that's funny. But I definitely share that role and am shoulder partners with an excellent team. And the pathway in for parents is to understand who makes up that team. 4 dynamic assistant principals who are open-minded and want to get to know you, and our class principals. They'll rotate. Small schools try to look for ways to be big. Big schools look for ways to be small. And one way that we're able to personalize this educational experience a little more is our structure. So if the parents understand the structure, they know that there are other people who are as involved as I am, and more involved in some cases. Our APs for the grade level, and we have counselors that match them. So I think that's the first way in. And if anybody has a question, perhaps rather than put it out on social media, pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
You can always email. And we work really hard to provide timely answers to the requests. So I think the other thing that we work hard on is trying to model. Why are we making these decisions? Good questions for parents to ask. If we need to do a better job of clarifying, we just need to open that communication. And believe me, nobody's trying to hide anything here.
No.
And we also know, and we've learned with social media, which we could talk the whole hour and a half on that, but it's not an hour and a half. But we know that there are things that happen outside of school that get drawn back into school. So when we're looking at the building population nearing 2,200, we do have to make sure that if we have information from things that are occurring outside, that we work hard that that's not brought inside that can cause other distractions that we don't need.
Yeah. And, you know, as a parent, as a first-time high school parent, right, it's hard to gain that independence with your students and see them take that next jump. But we are all working together in that. And I think just for me, it's helpful to hear, you know, ways that we can encourage our children to be independent and giving them a pathway. Go to your teacher first. If you can't figure it out, what's the next step, right? So
can I go ahead and build on that?
Yeah, you totally can.
You know, first of all, parents, enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride. And I know sometimes it can be very stressful. And if you don't have all the answers, again, I'm going to go back to, we may not either, but together, collaborating, we can come up with those. The 4 years go so fast.
Yeah.
You blink your eyes and, I mean, it just goes, all 12 years, but the last 4 especially. And I think part of what we strive to do at the high school is to work for more independence from the students, but to understand that it's an interdependence that we're trying to build as well. And a collaborative environment, as I keep going back to, I know that encouraging that communication and not having parents sitting at home and say, oh, I hate to bother you, or maybe I'll call, but they'll never call us back. Give us a chance. Give us a chance to try to get ahead of things. The discouraging conversations sometimes are, we need you to help fix this because it's been going on for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 9 weeks. And if there are things that pop up, let's make an immediate call and let's do what we can do. I talk to the kids a lot about failing forward. This is tough for parents. We don't want our kids to fail.
Yeah.
And not in the way that we might think about failure. But, life is about choices and about the direction that we take. And I know that I am better because of the failures that I've had. And trust me, there have been many, and don't ask my wife. But I think with students, especially students that have done exceptionally well, maybe in elementary school or middle school, and then the high school, they're in the city, as you say, and it's a little more demanding because here it's not just about being here every day with great attendance. You also factor in behavior, but the academics is it's real. I mean, it's for
rigorous.
credits.
Yeah.
It's rigorous, and we do have a lot of supports in play here. And if parents don't know what those are, we'll do a better job of trying to get that out, maybe through the medias with PTO and just picking up the phone call, making a phone call. The other thing would be the opportunities. I think it's not all about academics, and that's the fun part of it, along with the academics, because academics can be fun. It can pave the way to your future. But we have such a broad-based way for everybody to fit in outside of the academic classrooms. We have a variety of clubs that kids can get involved with and have fun with their peers and really enjoy it. We've got a great music program, theater program. The performing arts are incredible. We've got fine arts, the art club. We've got a variety of clubs. I could go on with the language clubs and the athletic clubs. Then, of course, we do have teams. I mentioned athletics. There is something for everyone to do, all 2,200, to get involved with, to do if they just wish to pursue that. And we've always found that balance between the academic and athletic or performing arts, our students in athletics and the performing arts are actually outperforming their peers in the classroom because of that involvement and that discipline with time.
No, I think that is great to know, and just to know that there's a spot for everyone in the city here at Warsaw Community High School. So we have a few questions left, and one that I wanted to make sure that we hit was school safety has been on the forefront of all of our minds, just the world we live in, right? And I was so amazed to hear some of the data for Warsaw Community Schools and the ways that we go above and beyond to make sure that our students are safe in every building. Could you share that with some parents that are listening or guardians that are listening? And I just want to say, we talked about this in our PTO meeting, and we do have other answers to questions. So if you want that information, you can email us, you can message us, and we can get you that information or attend a meeting.
Well, Jerry, I've got to tell you, the older that you get, or maybe it's just me, the more emotional I become.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need to swallow hard here. Our number one priority is the safety and security of everybody. And that's not to say that all of our practices are fail-proof. They're not. But on taking a look at what we have done and trying to always take a proactive approach has really helped all of us. And that is, it starts from the central office and our outstanding school board and the people that make things happen. And parents might ask, well, what is that? What does that mean? To be more specific, we have 5 administrators in the building that are school safety trained and several that have gone through advanced training. We have 2 SROs who are fantastic. They both belong to the Warsaw Police Department. and Officer Phil Reed, and Officer Brandon Zartman. They do a great job, but we always have a third officer that comes in during lunch. We know that we have a lot of students in one big place. So we think about big places where students gathered. Before school, we have that. Lunch, we have that. After school, and of course, all of the big activities. We have a great collaboration with local law enforcement. We have a county-wide safety team. We collaborate with the Kosciuszko Sheriff's Department as well. We have a couple of the Kosciuszko Sheriff's officers that are in our elementaries that are outside of the city district. We also work really closely with the school districts next to us, Wawasee, Whitco, and Valley. We work together because we want Kosciuszko County to be the safest county in the state, in the nation. But despite everything we can do, situations arise. So we look at it to try to be proactive and to be equipped. God forbid any circumstance would happen. But that also leads into drills that we have. We practice an ALICE training, which is what to do in case the unthinkable might occur in your building. And you go back to the number of kids in the building or the city. How do we provide the safest city? And you can't provide it by not talking about it. You have to talk about it. And we try to talk to our students about this. It's the first thing on our team agendas every Friday, school safety and what the updates are. Mr. Tracy Horrell is our leader in the corporation with school safety. Again, I talked about having our district teams and then our county teams. We have a team of teachers that will meet quarterly about school safety, basically to get an idea on where the district is going. Secured entryways, I think we've done a good job there.
Which is, as a parent, I love that you have the secured entryways. And so sometimes as parents, they can feel like, oh, I'm not invited in. No, it's so that they're keeping our kids safe. So I really appreciate that we're scanning our IDs when they come in. You got to have your lanyard on when you're in the hallway so that they know that you're approved, right? So I appreciate that. And I appreciate your leadership.
And sometimes that's an inconvenience to people, but that inconvenience could save lives.
Yeah, and our students wear their IDs, so they're used to seeing people in the hallways with IDs. So we just have to think about what their city ecosystem looks like on a day-to-day, right? So that helps us as parents when we engage in their ecosystem. Say, okay, this is our way to enter in and be a safe contributor, volunteer when we're coming in. So no, I appreciate that, and it's just so nice to know that all of our school district is taking all of these precautions. We've got these amazing SRO officers. We've got, safety meetings that are happening on a weekly basis. And the other thing, I think you said it in our PTO meeting, is if something happens and it doesn't feel right, report it, right?
Yes.
So
if you see something, say
something. Yes.
Yeah, that's always better. And I'm going to clarify that a little bit.
Yeah.
If you see something, say something. Don't necessarily go to posting it online or putting it on different social media platforms where people then can take it and embellish it and making something that it's not.
Yeah.
Another conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Say something to the right
yes.
people.
Yes.
Yes. No, I appreciate that.
Sure.
Last question, because at the PTO, our job is to say, how can we help?
Yeah.
So I want to say, how can we help you as a principal and as a leader? What would be the most beneficial way?
How much time do we have? I really put a lot of thought in that. And I'm not emotional about this question. I just think helping us to make sure that parents, families, other people in the community know that the communication bridge is always open, and we're always open. In life, we don't always like certain things that people might say, but if we don't know about concerns, we can't improve the situation. So the first thing is going to be continue with the communication, and I'm so grateful that you're doing that. All schools, I think I could speak for every school in the district and every school across the state. resources would be the biggest needs. And whether it's funding for programs, whether it's supporting our staff, professional development, which we really try to provide to our teachers, large scale and small scale. A lot of people might not know that we have many job postings that go unfilled every year. And that's pretty tough because these are line items that are budgeted for people to come in and help us assist us with kids. And so it's unfortunate because our needs are real, and sometimes that happens. But just to help get the word out that those type of resources don't necessarily have to be tied to someone else's finances. And I think all of that's vital in creating just this thriving educational environment that we have. And a well-organized PTO is such a great start, and the timing of it is definitely, we're really grateful for that too. I appreciate everything that you've done and what we'll be able to do together to help keep that ball rolling. And I think that will help us with even some of the resources it already has. And again, I keep talking about building bridges, but thank you for doing what you're doing, and the rest of the people that have said, hey, we want to be on PTO and see how we can assist. And I'm hopeful that our little time together and the different breakouts that'll be coming throughout the year might encourage more people to decide that they want to be a part of PTO.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have adopted department that filled in 6 days. So thank you to our community and to the amazing people that helped adopt departments.
Great idea.
It's incredible to see our community step up. But if you'd like to help and there's a specific department that you want to help out with, you can contact us and we can get you in connection with the coordinator. But as Mr. Akers said, if you have a passion for high school students, go and apply for some of those open positions and join the city, right?
Right. Happy to have you.
Join the community. Well, we thank you, Troy, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership, and look for more information coming up about what is happening here in Warsaw Community High School with Ben Barkey is going to be our next person on the podcast, and we're going to be talking about the WAC and all of the career pathways that he is engaging in.
So exciting with the direction of the state of Indiana, the opportunities. Just talking to the freshmen this morning, that you have to do some of this groundwork your freshman and sophomore year, so you have time to experience that when you're a junior and senior.
Yeah, it's a different world from when I was in high school. Well, we thank you, Troy, and we can't wait to see you next time on the Warsaw Community High School PTO podcast. Thanks for joining me on the WCHS PTO podcast, Connect. Follow Warsaw Community High School PTO on Facebook and Instagram to stay informed about ways to help our teachers and staff and support all our students. Your involvement today helps create a stronger school for years to come. There you will find weekly updates on school events, PTO meetings, and ways to get engaged. Remember, our impact extends far beyond our own families. It touches every student who enters these halls, now and in the future. We can't wait to see you next time. Join us for the next episode of WCHS Podcast Connect.